Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everyone is doing well. I'd like to say hello to Damoose, Kathy, and King Breakpearl. Welcome this evening. And Cliff, too. So Cliff should be up here shortly. Thunder pumpers. Yeah, we got a thunderstorm nearby. So if you guys might hear it, I'm not sure. Let me get that turned up here. So, alrighty. So today we're going to be doing basically furs and feathers in the garden. So doing the pest control out there. Oh, and there is Mr. Daniel. Welcome. There's Mr. Cliff. Oh no. There we go. That's better. Uh-oh. We lost him again. Yeah, so here we go. Show on screen. There we go. That's better. Oh, I guess he is experiencing some minor technical difficulties. Oh, hello, Molly. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. You gonna stay this time?
I haven't pushed any buttons.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's unusual for you to pop up and gone, and pop up and gone.
That's not me. I don't know. That's on you. I don't know what's going on. I'm not having. I'm literally. I just clicked the button to join, and that was the only button I pushed. Other than the mute my YouTube side, I haven't touched anything.
Yeah. So Cliff is also taking care of some critters in his garden too.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I have to murder a squirrel now.
Ah. Did he get those melons? Or the apples?
No, I got the melon.
Ooh, yeah. He's got to go. You make some squirrel pot pie? Oh, wow. That is kind of neat. Yeah, he was scratching in that pretty good.
Oh, he chewed the shit out of it. That was where it was attached to the plant.
Yeah.
And I just checked it the day before. And I come back Monday night and check it, and it was like this. So yeah, there's that melon for those of you who are curious. It looks like a watermelon, but eventually they'll get like red striping on here.
So that one might not be ready.
Either that or this actually was a watermelon. I have no clue.
I wonder if it could be part of the muskmelon family.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. But I'm hoping that maybe if I open it, it'll still have some viable seeds in it. If not, well, I guess I don't have a good melon. Weird too, because it's fuzzy. It's like a caterpillar.
Yeah, I figured.
I keep killing freaking hornworms. And damn things are pissing me off.
So hunting with J&J, is that correct today? Let me get my glasses on so I can at least read it. Oh, it's hunting and stuff. Okay. How you doing?
Good evening, folks.
Yeah, I figured we'd do some of the do's and don'ts of eliminating pests in the garden this evening, because I know that came up on a live stream that I was on the other night. So I figured, I might as well just title that one, or tonight this. So, like I said, all rules. Got to be careful of your local laws and regulations using traps and air guns without having to use poisons in your garden. Okay? And then you also get fertilizer too. So, I think we should start with traps this evening. There's all kinds of different traps. Unfortunately, I don't have my foothold, or not my foothold. Well, no, my foothold's around here somewhere. But typically, you're not going to use a foothold inside of a garden. You're going to use a dog-proof, which I don't have when it's out by the chickens.
Yeah, I was going to say your dog-proof's still sitting out there, probably trying to collect the stripers.
Raccoons, yes. Yeah. Little bandits. Yeah. Those are for catching like raccoons, possums, skunks. You'll catch them. That's about pretty much all. Little small little hands to get in there, grab the cat food and pull it out, and you can catch them. I put a solo cup over the top of them to keep the rain out, the moisture out, keep the mice out, keep the chickens out of it as well. But the raccoons, they can't resist it. They got to look at that and open up that cup to find out, ooh, there's a cache of food in here. Next thing you know, I have a raccoon.
I wonder if we can technically do that in campsites.
Probably not. Because you don't have permission to set traps there at the campground. Like I said, please check your local laws and regulations. Because you are responsible. And yes, some cats have been caught in dog proofs. Rarely, but it does happen. So, and the other kind of traps are going to be like your mouse traps, rat traps. Like I said, oh, hello, Cecilia. You have to have them in a box. You can't just have the trap out in the open. So that's going to be the don't. So basically, the easiest setup, a little bit of work, and the cheapest I'd be able to find. They can go out in the garden. It can get wet. You can stay dry. And you're going to use a big old rat trap. Okay. I modified this one here that has teeth, so it doesn't let go of them. And when it is activated, it clamps down on them, but they can't get out of the hole. So it holds them there. And this fits all the way to the back up in there. As you guys can see there. So if you have this will actually do a squirrel too, by the way, guys. So this will catch a squirrel. This will also catch a,
Yeah.
What?
Look at this video.
Oh. So yeah, so they'll catch other little vermin, like a mink maybe. So be careful in your area because remember that's a non-targeted species. We just want to get the rats and the mice. You can also put a mouse trap in here. Drill a hole a little bit smaller so the mouse can get in, get caught, and they can't get out. Make sure the trap cannot get out through that hole. Now, is it Daniel or Tiffany or both?
I'm just saying hi to both just in case.
Yeah.
So you never know.
So yeah, that's this one here is a Tomcat. So I wasn't going to modify my T-Rex. I only have one left out of the ones I've had. So I had two when I first moved here. One disappeared. And then I still have the other one, so I'm real careful on that one there. Those things are kind of pricey for the Trapper T-Rexes, which is from Bell Industries. These ones here are almost as strong. They will still get a squirrel because what they do is they'll stretch their neck out to get in there and they get caught and whack them on the back of the head. So this one here you just close up and you can latch it. And if you wanted to, you can put a little lock on there. Keep the little kitties out of there. I mean, I can't even touch that trap with my finger.
Both today.
Yeah. So, and what you're going to use for bait is use the sunflower seeds, the black sunflower seeds, the cardinal food, as you might want to see it, the bird food. You can put that in there. Make sure. When you set the trap, get some back up in here, in this area in here, and a little bit inside there.
He almost gets himself.
Yeah. Oh no, I've gotten myself. This one, that's why I go with the side on this one here, because of those screws. So yeah, so you can also put a pheromone bait in here to catch the animals too as well, the little fur bearers. This tray is also removable as well. You can also put water in here too if you're out in the desert, because they'll go in there for the water. This is a thought, huh, Cliff?
Say what?
You can put water in here in the trap. that little dish right there.
That wouldn't even make it 2 hours out of here, out in my area.
Well, no, you would have this tucked away in between the plants underneath somewhere.
That still wouldn't last 2 hours.
Yeah,
I got my watering dish that I have that little solar pond fountain thing in there. I have to refill that every day when I get back from work.
Oh wow. Yeah, so these, having the traps inside of a box will help out dramatically from catching non-targeted species like your birds or anything else. Like I said, we want to catch those particular targets because traps do not discriminate. So not only that, you're also using the animals' instincts against them. They like to kind of like find little nooks and crannies to hide in, and then they go in there. They can see, oh, there's food in here, and voila. And I have one here for mice that I also made as well. I just took a wipey box here. I got 2 small holes in there. So the trap cannot fit through that hole. So they get caught, they can't get out. They're stuck there. And 99% of the time, it kills them outright. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a trap. Let me get rid of these sunflower seeds in here. And you want to place the trap in this configuration right there. And then you're gonna push it down and open it up. So they have to actually cross the trap to get inside to get to the sunflower seeds. And you use 1 trap on either side. And this here you can put up against the walls with the holes along the edge of the wall. So when mice and rats are actually traveling, they're actually travel and see the hole first, because they like to travel up along the walls or along the like a block wall or something like that. To see that, they're going to go in there, and they're going to get caught. Now remember, you got to check your traps daily, or else you'll have a foul-smelling mess, and it won't take long. And all the ants will show up, and then you got to deal with them. So, you can use also. I wouldn't use a cardboard box outside, but I can use a cardboard box inside the house. Same principle inside the house. I just make it in a place where they're going to pass by, and they're going to go inside. You can also place a couple of cardboard boxes on either side, about 2 inches away from the wall. It's going to force them to go down that path. And then they'll see this and they got to go in. I mean, yeah, they can go up and over it, but they're going to choose to go inside to check it out. They check in, but they don't check out. Alrighty. So do we have any questions so far? I hope I'm not going too fast.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Like I said, mice will climb up the stalks of plants and also eat your fruits and vegetables too.
Yeah, they will.
And they will
have fingers.
Oh yeah, and those little guys will actually climb sunflower seeds and gnaw on those seeds too.
Oh, they'll chew the head off and they'll just drop that to the ground and they'll drag the whole head off somewhere so they can munch on it without any problems.
Well, I'm talking about the mice.
No, they'll do that. I've seen them. I've literally seen mice and rats chew the stem off from under the head,
And
drop the head down, and they'll just drag the head off, and they'll just eat the sunflowers at their own discretion.
Oh yeah, they can cause a lot of damage in the garden. Okay. Oh,
Good evening there, Simon.
Yeah.
AKA Yes, I Can Barbecue.
yes. And like I said, the second part is going to be the fun part. However, you do have to be there. The trap is always working for you. It's always hunting for you. Okay? It's going to be there until it trips. And I have gotten doubles out of this, believe it or not. I have gotten doubles where I've gotten 2 mice in one night.
Mice are cautious, but they're kind of stupid to some extent.
No, they're not bright. Yeah,
That's what they're cautious, but they're stupid to a point.
they will still walk past their dead buddy to go get food, and rats will do it too. Okay, camera, come on.
Right? I literally just moved a foot and
Yeah.
where my head did, and it just. I'm gonna move way back here and try to force focus.
Yeah. So, like I said, I did pre-do this here. So, like I said, you guys can see it scrolling there at the bottom of the screen there. It's scrolling. That is be pyramidair.com. So please go and get all your air guns and gear through them. When you do get into the website, go ahead and sign up, become a member, become a registered person. You know, you have to go through a couple steps. You know, make sure you're not a robot, of course, and then make sure that when you make a purchase to get the free shipping, you do have to get to $175 to get the free shipping. What happened? What? Again? Oh, jeez. Yes, Daniel, I have.
What the heck is going on?
I have no idea. But there's the Rambling Peach. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, like I said, if you want to just use the traps, you can go ahead and, you know, you can go back and watch the first session.
All right, I'm gonna reboot and see what the heck is going on because I haven't done anything. I'm not touching. The only thing I did was reset my camera for the blurriness, and
yeah,
everything's flipping out over here. So I will be back here in a few minutes to see what's going on here.
Alrighty. Let me do this here real quick here. And do that. Get back over here. Alrighty. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about the traps in the boxes? Make sure, like I said, the do's and don'ts. Make sure it is, if it's outside, the trap has to be in a box to where only your target species can fit through. Because if you get somebody's show animal, yeah, you can get in trouble. So make sure that you are using a proper box. Not only that, we don't want to be removing protected animals or protected birds, because birds will actually fly down in that trap to actually get the bait, and they're going to get caught. Again, traps do not discriminate. You'd be one entry instead of two. Yeah, so I was just going to quick go over those, and then we're going to move on to the air gun portion. So when you're in your garden, the do's and don'ts is please make sure you check your local laws about discharging air guns in a backyard. There is a way around it. You can designate your backyard to be a air gun test range in your backyard. There's certain ways you can actually look at it and try and get around it. So if you want to do like I test and review air guns. Yes, I need a range in my backyard. All you need is 10 meters, 15 yards. That's all that's really needed if you're going to be doing any pest control in your backyard. Now, what you want to do is make sure you have a safe backdrop. Something hard, something that will actually stop a pellet. A sheet of plywood will not stop a pellet. It will go through it. So make sure you have a good enough backdrop to actually stop that round. Okay. Yes, test range with live targets. Yeah, but you don't have to tell them that. Most of us that have gardens are going to be out in the rural areas. There's some people that do have them gardens in their backyards inside of municipalities. So yeah, make sure that there's a good backstop. Yeah, make sure there's a good backstop, and remember your safety rules. Okay, always treat it as it is loaded. Doesn't matter if it's unloaded, no air in it or anything. Always treat it as if it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it on safety at all times until you are ready to shoot. Make sure that you and your backstop are clear and knowing what the target is and beyond. Okay, basically the 4 rules of safety. Because remember, these things can hurt and do more. Yeah, he's probably not done booting up yet. Yeah, so I would suggest if you need to make a backstop, you can use concrete, and then you can you can build a backstop that's got 2x6s or 4x4s. Make it 2 feet by 2 feet. Okay, and then you screw all that back together, and you can probably put a piece of some bricks behind it to hold it up. Stake it to the ground, put the bricks behind it. So, like I said, most of the stuff that you can be using to get rid of these mice and stuff and rats and squirrels is you can be using a 22 caliber pellet. Okay, I know there's some people out there that do 45s, and also 35, 30. Yeah, so for a squirrel's noggin, all you need is 4 foot-pounds. Okay, just to get through that skull and scramble that brain. Okay, rats a little bit. You don't need as much, but still, I would like to see somebody do a little bit more than 10 foot-pounds. Get up to 12 foot-pounds, just to make sure that if anything goes wrong, you have enough power, especially at a little bit longer distance. Like I said, I would not recommend going any further than 20 yards from where you're going to be sitting at waiting for the critters. And in your garden, you want to leave a nice wide range, about 5 feet wide. Go out about 15 to 25 yards. And that's where you're going to set up your backstop. That's where you're going to be setting up your bait station. And speaking of bait stations, let me pull that up here. So this is just one of my bait stations that I have. I have another one out in the yard, but it's all covered in grass right now. Where is it at? It has not come up yet, so I gotta use my phone to bring it up. Okay, so come on, there we go. And I'll probably have to turn it down so you guys can see it a lot easier. Come on, phone. It's almost time for me to do this too. Okay, I hope you guys can see this here. Okay. So right there is going to be a 2-inch PVC pipe. It's got 2 caps on the end of it. And at the bottom, you're going to drill a 7/8 to a 3/4 of an inch hole at the bottom, so that the sunflower seeds can sit there on the bottom and they can pick them out. You don't want it too big to where they're going to be spilling out. You just want enough to keep it there. And what you're going to do is you're going to wait for the animal to come up there, start getting the sunflower seeds and eating it right there in front of where I have that little square. That is a 4-inch by 4-inch electrical junction box. I have that full of 1.5 pounds of duck seal. You get this out of your electric department in most of your hardware stores. I put up a sheet of white paper there so I can actually see them because the duck seal is gray. And on the sides of it, I have old steel blades, saw blades in a box. So in case I have any wild shots where it doesn't want to sit in front of the feeding station where I have it intended, that blade will actually stop the pellet. So they're actually inside of the box. I just keep the white boxes on there just so I can see when they're on there. Ready? So basically, you just push on the ends, and then you can take the cap off and you can fill it a little bit easier. This one here actually takes 4.5 of those caps there to fill that bait station with sunflower seeds, and it'll last for quite a while. Actually, a long time. Actually, mine's been up there now since May, and I've had no taker since May. Or else all that would be all eaten up. Once I start seeing it disappear, then I know it's time. Hey, keep an eye on it. Get the air rifle next to me, and then I can pick them off. But that's the thing when you're using the air rifles, you do have to be there. And if anybody does any deer hunting or anything else like that, remember, there's no season for mice or rats, and there's no limit. You can hunt them year-round, and you can collect as many as you want. And they're also good for, from what I understand, for catfish bait. Oh, he has to do an update. Kathy, yeah, the Yucatan is still like 1,000 miles away. I don't think we have to worry about it from here right now. So far, any questions? I do have a air rifle I'm going to show on screen through the website. Which one, if you do not have any of this air rifles or anything else, this would be the first one that I actually recommend. Excuse me. Purchasing, because it's always ready to go. There's no infrastructure that you need to buy. You don't need to buy the compressors. You don't need to buy the CO2s. Ajax, how you doing? I haven't had any in the since early May. Ajax is another person that's been shooting them out of his garage too, in his backyard. I haven't seen anything from Johnny Mac either, so yeah, his mouse hunts have not been doing. Have been doing okay. Okay, how is the best way to kill a squirrel without the air rifle? Believe it or not, that trap. You put it in the box. They go in there to go and get the food. It will get them. You can also use the body grip. You can do a 110, but you have to make it in a box. You're gonna have to do a large box. Okay, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be about like 18 inches long. It's gonna have 2 chambers in there. First chamber, the squirrel has to go through to get into the second chamber. The trap is covering the hole from the inner chamber, and that's where the trap is going to be. But if you're not, it does take a lot of strength to set a body grip trap. That's going to be the 110s, and that will kill them outright immediately. Just don't get your hand caught in it because it can break your hand. Those body grips are no joke. Okay, CLO says the same thing. It's been a little bit slow in his neighborhood too, as well. Like I said, it's been slow here. However, I got a sneaking feeling that I'm going to have a lot more coming up starting in September, October, maybe late October, maybe because we're supposed to get cold this year, so I'm expecting some of them trying to settle up inside or near the house and come in for food. Like I said, they're always looking for food, shelter, and water, just like we do. Your phone keeps overheating. Yeah, that's because you're outside in the heat and you're watching videos. My phone did the same thing there in Phoenix area. Always had a cold ice pack. Wrapped that up in a towel, and I put my phone on there to keep it cool, along with my tablet. Okay. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and show this one here. This is the one I actually recommend. Like I said, you need to set up a little table, set up a chair, make sure you protect yourself from the mosquitoes. This is going to be more towards a winter thing, or when food is ripening up in the garden. That's when you're going to get your most of your vermin, your mice, your rats, your squirrels, feathered friends. And like I said, if you see a invasive species, we are supposed to be removing them as well. You'll look it up. Yeah, no, that's what I used to do. I used to have the ice pack. I'd wrap that up in a small towel, and I'd put my phone on top of it, or my tablet on top of it to keep it from overheating. Yeah, and if you want to go ahead and you might get a bag like a sock or something, and an old sock. You can fill that full of beans, and you can set that as a I don't have one here, do I? Where's it at? I can't find that either.
What?
Oh, my sandbag. Yeah, you can get a sandbag relatively cheap. You can fill it full of sand. You can fill it full of rice. You can fill it full of beans. I chose and I filled mine full of pinto beans because it was cheap, and it kept it kind of. It was just the weight to keep it from shifting on me as well. We like rice more than beans. Sand is extremely heavy, and it kind of wants to fall. The pinto beans want to keep that bag nice and solid. That keeps it from sagging on you. I have no idea where I remember where I left it. I think it's in the living room. Yeah, I think I left it in the living room. That's okay. Okay, he's on his way back. Yeah, I use my rice too. That's why I use he's right there. CLO has his filled with corn. Works great. I didn't think about corn. I just use beans because they're smoother and they move around a little bit better. But it stays rigid, but yet you can kind of mold it. And as soon as Cliff gets here, I'll try and find my bags. And like I said, I think they're in the living room. And Demu says I use rice in mine. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we'll go here to Pyramid Air here in just a few moments on their website, and I will show you guys what to look for. Because I've got a couple of buddies that actually bought these. They're older, and their wives can use them too as well. So you don't have to work hard. It is a pumper. So like I said, you don't need CO2, and you don't need a compressor or the scuba tanks to fill them up with air. So you do have to pump it up every time you do shoot it. Like I said, it can sit on next to the door, on the shelf. Preferably, if you have kids around, keep it in a safe location, please. Out of reach of children, just like anything else. Oh, I am sorry, Cliff. Okay, there you go, Cliff. Okay, where were we? Oh, yeah. Keep it safe and out of reach, just like any kind of tool that you don't want youngins to use. I mean, you can use them with supervised, um, supervised, and use it that way.
Hopefully this works.
I hope so too.
Hands are up here.
Yep. Ooh, yeah, right. Yeah. So, like I said, it's just the four basic rules. Keep it on safe. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep the safety on. Know your target and backstopping what's beyond. Okay, remember, once you send it, you can't call it back. Alrighty, so we're going to go here to the Seneca Dragonfly Mark II. Alrighty. So this is a multi-pumper. You can pump it up 3 times, 2 or up to 15. Okay. It doesn't say what weight of the pellet it's using to achieve 800 feet per second in 22 caliber. As of right now, they are at a beautiful $159.99. So yeah, I would suggest pick 4 different pellets at the same size, but different manufacturers, different weights to find out what it likes, because you never know what pellet's going to like, and once you figure out what pellet is the most accurate and at what power level, then that's the pellet of choice that you're going to be using. Okay, like I said, as of right now, they are out of stock. Like I said, this is not a bad price. That's pretty good.
Well, they're out of stock on the 22. What about the 177?
177.
Also out of stock.
Yep. Yeah, I actually recommend the 22 caliber, just so it can handle the rats and the squirrels a little bit easier. It's gonna have more thump when it hits the squirrel or the rat or the mouse. Okay, muzzle energy is 16.9, so basically 17 foot-pounds of energy. Like I said, it does not tell me what weight pellet is being used. Okay, so like I said, in 177, it's only doing 890. Yeah, get it in 22. There's more diverse ammunition with the 22 caliber than there is with 177. Small game hunting, target practice, multi-pump, pneumatic. Loudness is 3. You can purchase a airgun moderator to actually make that a lot more quiet, so they have no idea what's going on. Oh, and by the way, practice. 11 millimeter dovetail, fiber optic sights. You can add a scope to it, which I actually recommend to make sure that you do get your target and you can see your target in low light conditions. Let's see right there it is. The magazine has 7 rounds, so you don't have to fiddle around trying to put a pellet in the breech like you do like with the Daisy 880s or the 901s. Okay, cocking effort is going to be 3 to 15 pumps, and every time you pump up this air rifle, the pressure stays the same, the resistance. This is why I recommend this one here for everybody to use as well. And let's see, again, it is not 950 feet per second on the 177. Okay, for the max velocity. Oh, that's with alloy and then also with lead. Okay. So it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's got 6.35 pounds unscoped with nothing on there. It does include 1 magazine and a single shot tray. If you're going to be doing any long-term pesting, when you first get it and you're trying to get rid of them all, I recommend getting a second magazine. Okay. Second magazine is $31.99. Let's see, 22 caliber, 18. I would probably go with the You know, you get one of these here tins of these. I'd probably get an RWS trophy. I'd probably get the Diablo in the 16 grain for this one here. You can go down to Walmart and you can pick these up here for a lot less than what you're selling here.
How is the Diablo 16 grain
Mhm.
more expensive than the 18 grain?
It could be the count.
You might have a point there.
Yeah. Like I said, I also have some of these here, the H&N Field Target trophies. Again, you want to stay within that 14 to 16 weight. You can go a little bit heavier if you want to experiment. Like I said, if you buy 4 of these, actually, if you buy 3, you get 1 for free. It'll be the lowest priced tin, which will be the free one.
Yep.
Okay, just give everybody a heads up on that one. Well, you said if you buy 3 and the 4th one is free. No, it's the least expensive of the 4th one will be free. Okay, so I don't think you're gonna need these big old giant 34 grains. It's not gonna be designed to actually throw those out. So
I mean, you could, but
it's gonna be real slow, and you're gonna have a really big arc.
you will have a very short range with those. Is the problem?
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have a trajectory, so you're gonna have to lob it out there. That's why I was thinking anywhere between the 14.3 and you could push up to 18 grain. 18 grain will work. Again, you'll have to have a trajectory, but I would suggest anything between. I mean, you can go down as low as 10. Anywhere between 10 to 16 grains with this particular rifle. So the 18 grains, yeah, that's about pushing it for this one here. You got the RWS standard there. Like I said, you can pick up the Crossmans at Walmart for $8. You don't have to buy them from Pyramid Air. Okay. These work very well outside of my stuff. I have them 177 and 22 and 35 and 30 now. So yes, they do deform. They do exactly what they claim to do. Yeah, they dump all their energy. So yeah, so I would recommend getting a Hades in 22. Again, that's going to be right at the 16 grain point. I have not had a whole lot of luck with the H&N Barracuda Hunter Extremes with the ones that I have.
All the cross points.
Yeah. Now I've had accuracy better in my single stroke pneumatic at a slower speed than having them, moving at rocket ship speed. And then I also recommend, getting a second magazine. You can order a bag, or you can run down to Wally World and pick up a box. I'd rather see you guys get a hard case than a bag, because it's also going to be there to help protect the scope as well. Let's see. I would suggest getting some shoot and see targets. Pick up a target trap. You don't have to pick up this one here. They have other ones. They have these ones here that are reactive targets that you can use over and over again. Same thing here with the Air Inventory rocking rat target, which is really fun because you shoot this one here, it goes up, and you shoot that one there to reset it. You can also do the squirrel ones and different animals. You can also get these ones here as well. The golf balls are fun. And that's for how many? I think 6, or is that 3? One count. That was $15 for 9 count. Yeah, what if it's going to be a small caliber at a slow speed, you're not going to get that dramatic, big old giant poof.
I don't think those are actually golf balls. I think what those are, they're pressurized ping pong balls.
No, they feel like a golf ball. Yeah, so yeah, these are fun. A little pricey, but yeah. Like I said, when you first get it, you really need to practice and practice and practice, find out exactly what it likes before you start blasting away. Because remember, we want to make sure that we dispatch them as clean as possible. As Pontypool says, don't be mean, kill them clean. So, get some other views here. This is threaded for 1/2 inch UNF. So you can actually go directly to Buck Rail, order one for, I think, $35. Put one on there. You just unscrew the end right here, and you put the moderator on. Or silencer. So, and there's the buttstock. And there's the mechanism there for this one here. It's got an assist, so it doesn't feel like you're pumping something up extremely hard, like the daisies when you get to that 7th or 8th pump, you try to get to 10, and you really got to slam it closed. Yeah. Single shot tray, magazine. There's the power levels right there. Like I said, experiment with how many pumps that you can be using. 5 pumps, 8 pumps, 10, 15 pumps. They're giving you guys your foot pound here. So at 15 and 14 grains, you're pushing almost 15 foot pounds, which is plenty. And there's your 8 grains right there for almost 17 foot pounds of energy. So it is moving a little bit slower, but it is connecting harder. It's just mass versus speed. But if you want to do something a little bit more flat trajectory, I would probably go a little bit lighter pellet so you have a flatter trajectory. Like I said, you're going to set your scope, you're going to set everything up for that bait station. Okay? And make sure you know your distance to your bait station. They do have calculators that you can have on your phone, ballistics calculators you can have on your phone, and you just type in the weight, what the object is,
Okay.
the speed of it, stuff like that, and you can get a ballistics calculator. It's not cheating; it's pest control. And learning their feeding habits too. When they sit on their back legs, they're all hunched over, and they got the food in their mouth. That's the time to strike. Alrighty. So that's the time to strike. Okay, now, since I was on the other window, I need to go back over and find out. Oh, there's Bill. Link again. Okay, already. Sorry, I was in the garden with those for Bill. Who said that? Yeah, CLO. Yeah, thank you, CLO. CLO. Keep thinking, Electric Light Orchestra. ELO. Yeah, like I said, the squirrel got his rare weird melon, so it has to go. Bill says be right back. What type of melon is that, Cliff? Yeah, don't shoot a real golf ball, please don't. No, not with the pellet gun, please don't. They bounce, not the golf ball, the pellet. Oh yeah, I mean Ajax can come up here if he wanted to, because yeah, he can help fill in the gaps. Well, I was on the Pyramid Air website. But, like I said, let them know that I sent you. Okay, so if you do go in there and you purchase something and you let them know my name, I greatly appreciate it. I do get recognized for it, and that's about it. I don't get no points for it, no nothing. I just get recognized. Alrighty. Trying to think of anything else that I missed. Again, check your local laws. Make sure that you are able to do that, especially if you're inside of a municipality, basically a city, because I know some cities don't allow it at all. There are ways around about. You can make your own air gun range in your backyard. You can do that and see if you can get away with that. But if not, you can also go back to the traps if you have to use the traps in the garden. You just have to check them daily. And my chair has sunk.
That's the one thing I like about air guns is they don't make that loud standard popping noise.
No, they don't.
I shoot mine in my yard all the time. None of my neighbors ever come over here and ask me what I'm doing.
Well, when we were in Chandler, or not Chandler, in Mesa with the backyard with the pool, I had a range back there, and nobody ever questioned anything. They never heard it. Now, when I was working inside the garage and I had my pneumatic hammer, oh yeah, places show up thinking somebody had an automatic weapon, and it's just my my pneumatic hammer.
Impact hammer setting off the police.
No, I guess somebody called in. Oh, somebody's got an automatic weapon. And the next thing you know, the whole neighborhood is all swarmed with PD everywhere. I'm going, why is PD here? I'm looking around. And go, and I see my tool in my hand. And go, oh. I about fell over laughing.
You would think that by now people would be able to tell the difference between a gunshot and a pneumatic hammer.
A lot of people cannot tell.
Unless you're trying to pneumatic hammer a piece of steel.
All right, CLO. Have a good night. Yeah, he's another person there that you can learn from.
Later, CLO.
Yeah, he'll he has videos of him removing critters too as well, especially what they did to his wife's she shed.
Yeah, ate it.
Oh no, they tore a hole through the bottom of it, got in there. I think they ripped open like 8 bags of seed, sunflower seed, 40-pound bags. I mean, ripped a big hole in the bottom of the she shed.
That's why you insulate.
Yeah, but like I said, you're protecting your property, livestock, and garden. Yeah, if it's a pest, you can remove them. Now, if it's going to be like a deer, then you have to get a hold of the of your local imports when it comes to something like that. Because usually you can get a permit for that. I'm out in the county area. Excuse me. So where you have the deer do become a problem, yeah, I just say, hey, I got a deer problem in my garden or wrecking my garden. Anyway, I can get a permit. And usually they'll say, yeah, here.
Oh, those raccoons, not squirrels.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with little squirrels, yeah, or rodents.
No, see those videos that she said? It was destroyed by raccoons.
Yeah, by raccoons, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he caught him coming back to the scene of the crime.
That's why you got to wire mesh the bottom of your sheds.
Oh, I believe he did do that. Yeah. And the nice thing is you can get it all nice and boxed in with the wire and everything else, and paint the wire black so it doesn't look so you can see through it and it doesn't you won't be able to see it. a Swims Arms T01 brake barrel nitro piston, and one Swims an air rifle with a scope and adjustable stock. Yes. Now, eventually that scope will go bad. If you want to put another scope on it, make sure it is Springer rated. So, yeah, thank you for questions like that, folks. Perfect. You can go to several of the manufacturers. You can actually go on to Pyramid Air. Make sure you get a scope that is Springer rated, because a Springer will kill a $4,000, $5,000 scope after about maybe about 400 or 500 shots. Yeah, here they are. These things are rated for 50 BMG, but a simple 177 brake barrel air rifle can trash them. It is because when you shoot it, the piston slides forward, and then all of a sudden it shifts back. So it cannot handle that forth and back motion. That's how they break. They can't handle that kind of a shock. It can handle being thrust backwards, but not forward and then back. Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with having a brake barrel either, okay? You just got to learn to shoot them because they are hold sensitive. I found out using the artillery hold has the best advantage for using a Springer. That's when you open palm your hand underneath the forward stock, and you have to grip the rifle the same way every time. Put your same cheek weight on it every time, and same pressure against your shoulder every time. And let the thing do its thing. Don't try and keep it under control. Just let it do its thing, and that's where you're going to set it up at. I hope that kind of explained it. If not, throw a thing in the link, and maybe I'll do a video on that. Because I have a couple of Springers too. I also have pumpers, pre-charged pneumatic, CO2. So yeah. Beat it to low. Okay. Okay. Nothing to watch. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's because I got a stogie right now, and YouTube doesn't like having people smoking on their live streams. So.
I'm not eating.
Yeah, and he's eating. Yeah, just out of politeness, of he's eating. I mean, I wish I could show stuff live like that, just so I can demonstrate to somebody, one way to hold a brake barrel air rifle. So I will probably have to come up with a quick video on that. I know I've helped Daniel in the past with that as well. Because I had the Chinese B3, which he happened to pick up for like $5 or something at a yard sale, and he didn't know about it. He contacted me, and I as soon as I saw it, I immediately knew what it was. So yeah, sometimes I'll see it. Sometimes I'll recognize it. Sometimes I have to go and look and see what it is. Do a quick research, and then I can pass on the information. Alrighty, let's see. Anything else for this evening, folks? Please ask questions. This is how we all learn. And always remember, please stay safe. And remember, after you've dispatched the animal, please let it sit there for at least 20 minutes, if at all possible. So if it has any fleas on it, they're going to leave. You don't want the fleas jumping from your squirrel or rat onto you. Alrighty. Or, a raccoon or anything else, any fur bearing, you don't want the fleas on you. Let them sit there for a little bit, let the body cool off for a little bit, and they'll leave the body so they're not jumping on you. And fleas can jump pretty far. I think they said, up to 6 feet?
Like something like 1,000 times their own body length.
Yeah, something like that. They can jump pretty far. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Just make sure you have a good backstop. Freezer camp, like I said, just get the get pictures of it, the video of it, show the DNR, and they'll probably give you a tag for it.
Just make sure it doesn't have a tag on it, a collar itself, or like it's a tracker one.
Yeah. Yeah, or somebody's pet, which are not supposed to be pets. I know people have them as pets, but it's still a wild animal. Yeah. Like I said, don't mind sending them to freezer camp. That's a lot of meals. And by the way, if it's going to be a tree squirrel, a gray squirrel, yes, you can throw them to freezer camp too. If it's going to be a ground squirrel, return it to the ground. I would have to do a little bit of research on that one because I have not come across one of those. Give me a few moments. I could probably pull that up here pretty quick.
Almost looks like a target shooter.
Yeah, it might be just a target one. It'd still be enough to get rats and mice. Squirrel unknown.
Yeah, almost seems like I'm looking at a picture of it now. It looks like a plinker, but that's also got my guess would be that's a poly-molded stock because that does not look wood.
There's nothing wrong with that, believe it or not.
It's an airsoft rifle. That's why.
Was it airsoft? No.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a airsoft?
Yep. Soft Air USA Swiss Arms TG1 brake barrel, 177 cal airsoft rifle.
Well, it's 177. They don't make plastic BBs in 177. They make them a 5.5.
But you're looking at 1400 FPS.
No, he says he's got. Isn't one? Yeah. So, use a really heavy pellet with that. Use something that's gonna be like 10.5 grains. Something in that range. Slow that pellet down, and then you will have a good hard hitting. That thing will probably still produce 17 to 18 foot-pounds of energy in a 177. It flies straighter. However, that little pellet will go through a squirrel all the way. Here we go. No, I got it. Okay. Out of stock. Well, it's out of stock.
I just Googled it and I highlighted it in from the chat, and then I just
So did I.
Google search, and it sent me right to Amazon.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for it for its actual. Here we go.
Welcome back again, there, Daniel.
Yeah, even Airgun Depot is not giving me the foot-pounds of energy. But that's going to be with
Said it was 1400 FPS.
that's going to be with an alloy pellet, not a lead pellet.
Actually, I don't even think. Let me check to see what that said again.
Yeah, so
Oops.
let me quick check the weather here. Oh, it looks like we are clearing up, which is good. Okay. Totally buried, yes. And oh, it's Tiff, that Daniel. Okay. Yeah, like a 10.5 grain. You'll find that in on the Pyramid Air website. The JSBs will work just fine. Something around about the 10.5 grain. I wouldn't try slugs through it. They just don't have the twist rate. So stick with the heavy pellets. A 10.5 grain is a heavy for a 177. It's typically Crossman. They're about 7.5 grains, 7.8 grains.
It's actually saying you should use. Well, according to this particular site, they're recommending the 7.4 grain.
Yeah, that's traveling too fast, and you'll become unstable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look, even right here, it's 1400 FPS.
Yeah, you're way breaking the sound barrier. You're getting that loud crack. Everything's going to hear it. Get it down to subsonic. Get it below transonic speed.
Here we go. FPS range 900 to 1000.
Yeah, there you go. 900 would be better. Like I said, I got two of them in 177 to do 1,200 feet per second. I put a heavier pellet in it. I got accurate. Always packing the truck after working for 3 days. Okay.
I find it funny that it still considers, even under all of this stuff, it's still trying to tell me that it's like airsoft, but that's not an airsoft. That's a pellet.
No.
Right?
Yes. It's 75 meters. That's pretty far. And that is far for a break barrel. I would probably keep it within 15 to 20 meters with a break barrel. Is where you're going to find your most satisfactory expectations from that. Okay, 177 bleeds off energy extremely fast at a longer distance. So, like I said, I recommend setting up your backstop in your garden anywhere between 15 to 20 yards or meters. Okay, yeah, because let's see, 10 meters is going to be 66, almost 67 feet. Then you got 10 yards, which is going to be 60 feet. So anywhere between that, 10 to
What does it say? 10 yards be 33 feet?
in meters.
Well, that's if you're counting it in meters.
Yeah. 3 times 10 is 30.
Yeah, but the yard is 3 feet.
Yeah. Hitting a squirrel or a rat or a mouse.
That break.
Practice, practice, practice. Paintballs. That 68 caliber paintball. The 50 caliber paintball. You can buy a box of those for like $20 and you get like 5,000 targets. Okay. Practice. Bottle caps, beer bottle caps. Great targets because that's going to be the size of a mouse that you're going to be shooting. Remember, you have to be able to see it at said 10 to 20 yards. Okay. Remember, you got to be able to see it. If you have a spotting scope, hey, you can walk by every once in a while, look at it, watch it. You can set up a ring camera, and if you feel good enough, you can get a ATN night scope. I would not recommend it for a Springer because it will kill those too. A Springer will kill an ATN scope. Yeah, like I was saying, yeah. I do have an air gun that I can pick off squirrels at 75 to 100 yards. But like I said, you got to remember, he's got to be in the feeding pattern, and it takes time for the pellet to travel from when I shoot it to where it hits the squirrel. I have to factor that time in. That's going to be at least a second and a half before it gets there. And all you need is just one subtle movement, and he's going to bolt. I mean, like I said, I've missed mice from here to the other side of my shop. Okay? We're talking 26, 27 feet, and I've missed. I'm thinking to myself, how in the world did I miss? So I go back over the footage. Just as I am dedicated in sending that round, he moves at that same moment on his own. Okay? And it just squeaks by. So all they have to move, just start moving. Remember, they can react faster than we can. Once they start to move, we recognize it moves. We send the signal down to our finger, pull the trigger, send it down range. Yeah, he's already gone. Mice are fast. If you can pick off mice on the run, I've only been able to do it 4 times. Okay? I've only done it 4 times.
I've done it with lizards.
Lizards, no. I've gotten 4 mice in the run. One will on the steps here, okay, and the other one's with pistols because I was really close. I'm talking feet away.
I'm just going to say that if you start practicing on those little whiptail lizards, because them suckers are skittish as all.
Oh yeah.
No other. If you can hit them suckers on the run, a mouse in comparison probably gonna be looking like it's in slow motion. Because lizards don't run in straight lines. They'll run 3 feet one way, stop, double back, and zigzag and.
Okay. I bought a box of these cheap mice on Amazon. Scooter, quiet.
Scooter.
You heard me digging. These little, hey, enough. These little toy mice. That's the size of a quarter. Okay. Now, where's my dime? Anyways, here's a penny, which is going to be, the size of a mouse's head. Okay. Now you're aiming for half the size of that penny to hit them in the noggin to make sure it is ethical. Okay. That's your target that you got to hit. Doesn't matter if you're 6-7 feet away or 15 yards away. That is the target you're looking for. So that's why I say if you do anything, 22 caliber, minimum 12 foot-pounds. When you hit them, it usually does them in. You can actually do a body shot with a mouse.
Or you could have a lot of fun with this and just go buy a bag of mini ducks and just set them up on a 2x4 and just start shooting them suckers. When you can hit them consistently with every round, you can hit a squirrel or a duck. A duck.
A mouse.
Mouse at like 20 yards, 30 yards.
He's seen some of the tiny mice I have been able to pick off. And remember, the scope on my FX is set for 50 yards, not 15, 20 feet. So I actually have to hold over because my scope is 2.5 inches higher than the barrel. So I have to constantly remember to tell myself when I draw up, aim 2.25 inches above.
Yeah, because they like to jump when they're spooked.
Well, no. Your line of sight will always be straight. The path of your round is always going to be at an arc, a trajectory. So you have to remember we're looking and we're going to come up and come back down. You got to remember that too. Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with having the pumpers. There's nothing wrong with them. Just almost all of them come in 177. I like to have a little bit more meat on them.
Hey, like I said, my pumpers, mine's a 22. You've seen mine.
Oh yeah.
It was worth a fortune.
Yeah, you have a sweet one.
Did you ever find the other one?
No, not yet.
You still haven't found that in the garage?
I think I have. I just don't know if it's a Sheridan. I see it. I just haven't checked it out yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's because you got a messed up crown on your barrel, Bill. If you're seeing sparks coming out of the barrel, because remember it's a smooth bore, it's a BB, it's not a well positioned machine, and all you need is just a little bit of a nick on the end of the barrel, and it can catch that BB and deflect it. So the crown might be bad.
Drove it.
I wish it was that simple. On something like that, it's a good way to learn how to re-crown a barrel.
I mean, really, all you need is a bore bit or a step up. I mean, if it's just like a smidge of a nick, you can just hit that 2 seconds and it'll take that nick off. It'll widen the end up, but that's not really going to affect the actual internals of the barrel.
Yeah, you can use a pencil and some lapping compound. It'll just take you a long time.
$25 Walmart special. It's a BB gun.
Yeah, it's a BB gun. Yeah, it's a BB gun. Don't worry about it if it's a BB gun. Yeah, if it's Daisy 880, yeah. I'm not gonna.
They're a dime a dozen. You can buy like 100 of them for cheap.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Daisy 880s. I mean, they're perfectly suitable for what they are. You can shoot mice with them. Like I said, you got to be close. Again, it's 177. It's not producing a whole lot of power. Yeah. The only problem with the steel BBs, once you put them down a rifled barrel, the rifled barrel is shot. So if you got a rifled barrel, just stick with the pellets. Smooth bores for BBs. What else is there? I'm surprised HX hasn't chimed in. He just showed up and left.
Yeah, it talked for like 2 minutes and he's probably shooting yotes out of his yard again.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 760 Pump Master. Yeah. I mean, that's a good one for teaching young ones. Safety. Safety.
You can still poke an eye out, but...
Oh yeah. And like I said, even shooting the aluminum cans, I would like to see paper instead. Remember, paper targets can go back into the composting bin.
Yes and no.
Yeah, as long as it's not the cardstock with paint on it.
Even the printed ink on there can actually cause issues too. But if it's not a lot of it, it's not bad. But if you're throwing like the equivalent of like 200 newspapers shredded up into your compost bin, yeah, your compost is going to be screwed after that.
Yeah. No, you can also just do a piece of paper and a compass with a pencil in there. You got your targets. You got your paper targets. What else is another good one? They make all kinds of traps too that you can shoot into that are BB safe. I have one that my brake barrel has. I didn't know was going through the Kevlar. It had two sheets of Kevlar in there. It was blowing right through them with the 177, and it was denting the back of the trap.
Yeah, I can't even. I have the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those little triangular ones like this. It has the front facade, and then you can like usually hang like targets.
Yeah.
Or paper in the back of that.
Yeah, it's a $20 trap. But yeah,
it really is, and it is made with like the cheapest hot metal that you could possibly like. It's almost like aluminum sheeting.
Yeah, I would probably say maybe 18 gauge,
if that.
I think it is aluminum. Again, it's designed to stop BBs, not pellets.
Yeah, I had mine with a pellet gun, and even at like 10 yards, I was still making dents in the back of that thing.
Oh yeah, mine was just and it's got a little it's got a red sheet, and it's got two sheets that hang off of a little pin that are Kevlar. Okay, even though they're just sitting there dangling right there, they're supposed to slow down the BB. No, not pellets. It just blew right through them. 177 pellet goes right through them because it's just so small. Now, if it was 24 layers of Kevlar, no, it's not going to go through.
Hey, Off the Hook, how's it going?
Hey, Ted, how you doing? We're just talking about getting rid of mice, rats, and squirrels and other vermin inside of a garden.
Oh, Jesus. Bill's over there using zinc-plated and copper-coated BBs.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the copperheads. Everybody says, oh, don't get the copperheads. Look, they're there for the kids to have fun. Now, when I'm shooting the wasp with the Daisy Red Ryder, I am using the Umarex BBs, which is going to be a black-coated BB. They're a little bit more accurate. But yeah, if you're going to have a kid with the Daisy Red Ryder out there plinking with a BB gun, go with the copperheads. I mean, you get a week of fun out of those.
Yeah, he's popping wasps too, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I just happen to have a Daisy Red Ryder at around about 15 feet. It is accurate.
I can't shoot wasps around here because if I do, I'll start putting holes in the walls.
Yeah. Well, like I said, what I'm doing is I'm sitting at the perfect angle, so they're on the metal flashing of my roof, and I'm skipping the BB off that and hitting the wasp. Yeah, I do have it on video. I have them, a couple of them on shorts, and I have a couple of them on the longer version. But I'm surprised that one hasn't got hardly any views.
Well, again, with YouTube, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. You get a face shield. Box in the hole of the cabin. On the nest inside. Are you talking about the cinder blocks? If you're doing the cinder blocks, get a can of great stuff, fill it up full of foam. Even with them in there. Go down there at night, fill it full of foam. The gas kills them. The gas that
heat from that expanding would kill them.
Oh yeah, no, the gas kills them. That's how I used to get rid of bees inside of block walls. They sit and stare. No, like I said, I got the big old giant, like the red paper wasp. But if I'm far enough away and I pick one or two of them off, they don't seem to be aggressive. They're not that aggressive a wasp. Now, if I go up there and I start banging on their door, oh yeah, they're going to get mad.
Oh, they're going to come at you at drones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's 3 a.m. Who's banging on the house?
Yeah. I said, don't put too much foam in there so they'll split the concrete. Just enough to get in there. Do a couple of tests before you do that. All right, Bill? Because, yeah, those will pop open cinder block walls. There's that much pressure in them.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen that expanding foam just pull off drywall, straight nail to a wall.
Oh yeah, it'll pop right off.
It separates it right off the nails. Doesn't even care.
They'll even take the the door frame and pushing it together where you can't open up the door
Yep.
and close it. Yeah, one or the other. Oh, they're the only ones that terrify me.
The Yellow Jackets.
Oh, the Yellow Jackets, yeah. They do make Yellow Jacket traps. You can pick those up at one of the big box stores
Shit,
for
that's
about
on the Walmart.
$5. Or you can make your own. But it's almost just as expensive to make your own.
Not really. Well, I mean, it really just depends on how much meat you feel like wasting.
Yeah. And also having the correct cap for it too. I mean, that might be a good project there for you, Bill. But the only ones that terrify me. That's kind of funny. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those things are notorious for going after bees as well, just so they can suck out the juice of the bee.
Not over here, man. I got bees. I got bumblebees by mass over here. I've never seen so many damn bumblebees.
Yeah, it'd be 1 ounce of Dawn soap per gallon of water. You can put that into a 1 gallon spray bottle, little pumper. Swirl all that up in there, get it all mixed up in there, and drench them with it. Kills them almost instantly. And it doesn't stain. The wasp freeze will stain. And usually they won't come after you unless you hit them with the stream. So don't cross the streams.
Hi, Deb. Welcome home.
Hi, Deb. Yeah.
And
Oh, shit.
don't do like everybody else, and don't go out there with a can of spray paint or a can of accelerate lighter and try to burn your house down like a dumb dumb.
That's bad.
Yeah, don't flamethrower your wasp nests or your hornet nest or whatnot.
Please don't.
Many a house fire has been started that way.
And leave the wasp nest there. Okay. When it's all said and done, you can after all the wasps are dead, go back and hit it with a drop dead. Okay. Gustbuster reference, yes. And then you go back and you spray it with a drop dead. So anything that was out comes back, touches it, they get the poison, they die. Now, with leaving the wasp nest there, also tells the other wasp in the area, no vacancy, you can't build here. They might build 5 feet away, 10 feet away, but they won't be building in that same spot again. Oh, did you watch Bill's video earlier? I voted for spinach.
I watched his soil testing one that he's doing for the.
Yeah, that's it. So I voted for spinach. It's a good way for testing your soil with the way that the leaves grow. Make sure they're not going to be all wrinkled,
Beans.
curled up, burnt, or anything else like that. Find out, if it's going to be growing good or not. You can also do the same thing with beans too.
Oop, Shawnee's live. See, I did that one, and then I did his other.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But spinach will show a lot sooner and faster than the beans will.
I would almost say radishes. Radishes have the fastest rate of germination that I've ever seen on anything, other than like bunching onions.
Oh, really? Thank you, Deb. And you're welcome. Yeah, go after them at night when they're asleep, or early morning, about an hour before the sun comes up.
Yeah, as far as I have seen, just about every flying bug, well, except for flies, unless it's cold. Yeah. Bees, wasps, hornets, all of those things. Once it gets dark, they do not fly.
No. Again, with the spinach, if there's any deficiency in the soil, the spinach will tell you. That's why I suggested the spinach. and it should be done before the first frost.
So that's why I was thinking radishes, because radishes will pop
Yeah.
up within like 3-4 days, and then you got about a 28-day window, give or take.
Yep, you used the foam spray and filled the gap.
Yeah, Bill, for those tests, honestly, my suggestion would be radishes, only because they don't take up a lot of space,
Yeah,
and you can get, honestly, depending on the size of those cups, you could probably get 3 breakfast radishes in each one of those cups for a test.
or a
Easily.
sandwich, or a sandwich full of spinach
Yeah.
per cup.
I have a hard time with spinach in my. I don't know. I've tried spinach numerous times, and it just does not do well.
Yeah, I prefer spinach in my sandwich than lettuce. So that's just me. Yeah, so yeah, that foam spray works wonders. Just don't put too much in that cavity.
I'll have to get back into the video, but yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah. He wants it in the comments so everybody can see.
Yes, I will. I gotta find the video.
Oh, he might as well put it. If he knows how to do a poll, he might as well put it on there too.
Wiki
So
show.
you can put up like 5 little cover crop veggies or whatever, and then put their other underneath that one for the 6th one, so people can fill in their own spot. So, anything else? Anything else for the pests in the garden? I don't recommend shooting insects in your garden unless they're actually on the ground, because you don't want to be ruining your veggies and your peppers.
Commented away.
Or even ruin the plant. So that's why when I got rid of that leaf hopper or that hornworm, I put it on the ground. And clothespins work wonders for hornworms.
Oh, I've been having fun with mine since I have those precision, really thin snips. The
Oh yeah,
herb snips. I find where the head's at, and I just get the head, because the head's usually, so I just cut the
curled
head
up.
off, and everything falls out of it, like the whole thing, like the whole inner just slide right out, and then the thing falls off like an hour later.
Yeah.
Because I came back one day and I was like, I saw my Tabasco pepper plant was darn near stripped, and I was looking at the ground. I'm like, there's another one on here. I've already killed 3 of them off that same plant.
Yep.
They just keep going. I've killed 15 of those things this year so far.
Yeah. Shade those peppers there, Deb, from the late afternoon sun. Always remember, certain invasive animals can be eaten too, by the way.
Most of them can be. Neighbor's cat, neighbor's dog.
No, invasive species. I'm talking about like the
Neighbor's cat and neighbor's dog.
Eurasian collared dove. That's an invasive species that we can remove any time of the year. Just make sure it's got that black ring around its neck. Like I said, know your targets. Know your species. Starlings.
I know that species is
House
going to get
sparrows.
shot.
What else? Oh yeah. By the way, pigeons are also an invasive species, and they taste just like dove. Just eat the ones out in the country, not the ones in the city. Can you imagine the size of the jalapenos you would need to do for jalapeno pigeon stuffed peppers?
God, you'd have to use the like ahi peppers.
Yeah.
But that's not even a jalapeno at that point. It's an entirely different species of pepper.
Yeah, you could probably use the Anaheims. You could use the Poblanos, stuffed bell peppers. Whatever I'll see when I get the notification. Okay. I guess he has to go outside, hold the phone up in the air, and so he can get some kind of cell service and get the notification.
Right.
Just like I have to do here if I don't have any Wi-Fi. Sometimes I have to drive into town to get service.
That's weird.
Or to upload a short because I don't have anything here. I actually have to go to town. Or else I'll sit there for 15 minutes while it tries to load 15 seconds. Oh, he scrolled back and saw the melon. There, Cliff. Oh, yeah. Falcons will keep him under control.
If there was some rankings of my tree, blah blah blah. So, yeah, it's supposedly a weird native melon that we can. That's technically we don't normally have access to unless you live on a reservation. Have friend of the family, so basically my dad's barber, either knows somebody on a res or has access to res. Got a couple of them, gave one to my dad. I got the seeds from it last year, tried to grow them this season, and unfortunately something got a hold of my melon. I'm assuming it's a squirrel because I know cats aren't going to just randomly eat a melon. Plus there's not like fang marks in it. So it's either the squirrel or the birds. But again, birds, they usually peck at little spots, so you usually see like a little circular hole. So I'm thinking the squirrel got to it because it chewed the stem right off and then gnawed into it. But the problem is I don't know if that's going to be a fully developed melon or not, so I'm going to have to cut it open and see if the seeds are viable. If not, I still got a whole bunch more chilling in this cup. A whole bunch more. But I've also got like 4 other plants of the same seed type that I planted. And the one in the back that actually grew that particular melon, there's like 4 or 5 more growing on it as it is. And then I got like 3 or 4 more popping up on the front one as well. I mean, I can. If you guys want to see me do that on the live stream, I can pop it open on Saturday and see whether or not it's actually going to be worth anything.
Oh, let's see. When was that? That was about 8 minutes into the video that you showed that? 8 to 10 minutes?
Like that.
Somewhere in there?
Yeah, roughly. It's like close to the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah.
A little disappointing because I really wanted to see that with the full coloring on it. But right now, it just looks like it literally looks like a cross between a watermelon and a cantaloupe. Like the weird striping.
Yeah. It does. It looks like a little football.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that's how it came. It started off the same way. When that thing was like this big, it looked like a little micro football. And the shape just kept staying the same. It just kept getting fatter and longer. But like the whole shape of the fruit stayed the same way.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions about taking care of our furry and feathered enemies in the garden? Yeah, just make sure that you're not. Just make sure that your backstop is there to stop the pellet, please.
That's why I always use tree limbs.
Yeah. Make sure there's something in the way to stop it. And become proficient with that pellet rifle. And always take a test shot too, whenever you guys can. Make sure that scope is on. The best ammo for that one that she shared with me. I haven't really been able to find one. The Craftsman do fine. They said at 15, 20 yards, you'll get a half-inch group. Again, artillery hold. You were in the military. You did military stuff. You should know the artillery hold. I don't know if that's a Marine thing or not. So that's how my dad taught me to shoot. So Believe it or not, when I'm here inside my shop, I have no bag. I have no tripod. I'm sitting down offhand.
He is. He's sitting right where he's sitting, picking them off of the freaking shelf.
Offhand, yeah. As I'm sitting.
Did you get that notification yet, Bill?
Yeah, he said he got it.
Did he?
Yeah, he said compare it to with the ones inside the cup when you open up that that melon.
No. Notification for my comment for the video.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, 2 minutes for a notification. Okay, good. At least he got it. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 minutes. Wow. That's pretty quick.
Not bad.
Yeah, but like I said, he's got Wi-Fi, I believe.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't get Starlink.
Well,
Don't be part of the robot revolution.
he'll be part of the robot revolution. No, I've been thinking about getting the portable one, so I can turn it off and on whenever I need it. Yeah, it costs $50 to turn it on for 1 month and turn it off, but I'll have service. It'll be better service out in the bush than nothing. What else is there? Any other questions for anybody? Yeah, because we're getting close to the 15-minute mark before we close up for the evening. Yeah, like I said, the one I suggest, if you've never really had an air gun before, I'm not talking about the Daisy Red Ryder or the Daisy 8080, 901, any of those. The Seneca Dragonfly is pretty good. It's enough to take small game. Hey, Bill, have you done that with Alexa doing the intruder alert yet? Just make sure you say test before you say that. Like, Alexa, test intruder alert.
Otherwise, Alexa might accidentally call 911 for your house.
Yeah. Any questions? Like I said, yeah, anybody has any questions after this live stream, you can leave it in the comments. I do go back and read my comments. I'm actually learning to respond to them now. Instead of just the heart liking, you got a heart and like. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, like I said, let's go over some of the rules again. Yeah, make sure you check your local laws in the area. Every municipality is going to be a little bit different, so please check with them. There are ways to get around it. Hopefully, just say it's a designated testing zone. Okay, that's another way you can get around it. Maybe. If it's a deer, yeah, make sure that you use the proper stuff. Don't use a 22 air rifle, please. They're not powerful enough. They're for like squirrel and smaller, please.
I mean, there is a small chance you can take out a deer with a 22, but you got to hit that sucker in the most pinpoint prime position. It's like shooting an alligator.
Perfect.
And there's like a spot on an alligator's head that's super soft. It's about the size of a quarter. You got to hit that.
Yeah. Even with the bang stick, it's hard. Okay. Again, like I said, for like I said, the under 20 foot-pounds, I would stay squirrel and smaller. I know you can do raccoons up. You got to be up close for a raccoon. I mean, like up close, like what Iowa Trapper does. Okay, he gets right up on them. You know what? I wouldn't put it past anything with a deer. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. If,
They'll eat the peppers too. They don't even care.
Yeah, I know that they'll go after radishes too.
Yeah, the thing is with a lot of wildlife is they don't have the pain receptors that we do when it comes to eating the capsaicin.
Yeah, especially birds. Birds have no taste buds.
So yeah, the deer will just eat. They'll eat the whole top of your pepper. Go. Be careful with goat too. They'll do the same thing. No, chickens aren't going to squawk at the deer because
No,
they don't feel threatened by the deer.
I don't even think a goose would, or guineas, or don't get peacocks.
Oh, no. Your neighbors will hate you.
No, you'll hate yourself for getting a peacock. Even the peahens, don't be fooled. They're the same thing. Just one's male, one's female. I don't even know a goose would become alert with a deer. I know that will with the dog or coyote.
Yeah.
They'll start squawking.
Deer have like almost no presence. When you walk through the forest, go around a corner, and there'll be like 4 deer right there, and they're just chilling there. I've had deer just walk up to me just sitting and eating a sandwich. I'm like, where did you even come from? I didn't even hear you get over here.
Yeah, I had one run past me when I was out watering the garden. Ran up behind me. I never heard it.
They don't make noise. They're freaking forest ghosts.
Yeah. Then you got a squirrel that sounds like an elephant coming through the forest.
Well, that you can hear them suckers chattering for half a mile away before you even see the darn thing.
Yeah, they just tromp through everything. Yeah, like I said, I know guineas might squawk. I know ducks won't.
Ducks make the same noise whether there's predator or not.
Yeah.
I hear them all day long outside when I water the garden because my neighbor's gotten more ducks again.
The white Peking ducks?
A couple of white ones, brown one. I think you got like 1 or 2 black ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, did you ever see the one with was it Edgar Leshy when he goes to the
Junkyard?
the trash facility? Him and his son got like hundreds of rats. They're both running thermal scopes.
And the worst part is that probably was still only like 1% of the population of rats in that place.
Oh yeah. Well, he's gone there twice, so I think he's gonna be doing more videos. Like I said, if you have any other questions that feel free to type in pest control with air rifles on YouTube, and you will get a lot. Ted Bear or Ted Beer does a lot with that too as well. His older videos. He actually went and did a video of going to a university and having them explain why they twitch when you dispatch them. It's because with the squirrels, it's because you're severing the nerve on the spine, and that spine is firing all the nerves in their muscles, as a flight or flight. but the squirrel's already gone.
Yeah, delayed reaction.
Yes. With the front end of the front legs of the squirrel go all floppy, and you just see the back legs kicking, and you get the helicopter twirl with the tail. Yeah, you got them. Same thing with rats. You get that tail, that whipping of the tail, the helicopter spin. Yeah, you got them.
Yeah, that's the last of the neurons firing down the spinal column.
Yep.
Before the last of the energy dissipates.
Yeah, it's just the destruction of the nerves.
Still one of the only species on the planet you can drop from any height and it won't die when it lands.
Oh yeah, and the squirrel feeders. If you want to set up a squirrel bait station, go watch Squirrel Hunters channel. I know the gentleman through through Facebook. We talk back and forth.
I just like the catapult videos with the squirrels.
Oh, that's funny too.
He just uses like a Walmart colander attached to a generic made freaking catapult and launches the squirrels off into the neighbor's yards. You think they would learn after like 2 or 3 times not to go over there? No, they don't. They just come back.
No, like I said, that's why I said the squirrel bait stations or the feeders, as he calls them. Trying to think of anything else. There's a couple of other guys that I watch. Well, they take care of squirrels in the backyard. Ed Gunlesh is one of them. Off My Rocker is one of them. He's the one I just found, I think, about a month ago. 5-minute warning. Thanksgiving dinner? It could be.
You need a few of them for a good Thanksgiving dinner, though.
Hey, like I said, tree squirrel get it up on the plate. Ground squirrel, return it to the earth.
I'm just lucky I don't have black squirrels over here. Or red squirrels. Doesn't have the regular, common, stupid, dirt brown squirrels.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes squirrels are just too smart for their own good. And when they're hungry, they're desperate.
They're like raccoons. They're more curious than anything else, but they're skittish.
Yeah. Well, of course, everything wants to eat them because they're delicious and nutritious. And it goes great with tomatoes and rice. That's how I've had mine. I really want to try a squirrel pot pie, even though I'm not much of a pot pie fan.
Yeah, you might be able to do it instead of doing a pot pie, do shepherd's pie.
You can do that, yeah.
Same concept, slightly different ingredients.
Yes. Probably a little bit more filling too.
Yeah, because instead of gravy, you're using starch base, so basically, essentially a mashed potato pie.
Yeah. Or you can get one of those little rolls, cut the top off, and put a squirrel soup in there.
Yeah.
Just cook the squirrel just like you would do a chicken, debone it, and then you put it back into the broth with your veggies and cream it up.
Ooh, someone just opened a beer.
No, she got a soda.
I know, I'm just giving it. I'm just being the funny because I know Molly doesn't drink.
Yes.
Very often.
Exactly, Deb. And yes, you can harvest chickens with an air gun.
You can harvest a chicken with a rock. They'll literally just stand right there where you whack them.
Yeah, just remember your barnyard chickens are going to be a little bit more tougher than the ones that were raised in a cage or inside of a crowded room.
Free range versus cage.
Yeah,
Or as they like to say in the industry, cage free.
yeah, cage free. Yeah, but still inside of a building.
Yeah, it's a giant cage.
Yes. When they're thinking cage, they're thinking like 3 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking more like 1.5 by 1.5 cubic square, like the stuff you'd see it in like going to like 4H.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else for anybody this evening? Any more questions before we go in? So, I'll go into overtime if anybody puts up any questions. We got the 2-minute warning.
I've always got questions, but half the time none of my questions are relevant to anything other than just me being weird.
But, oh yeah, like I said, air guns are fun. Air guns are nice tools. Okay, they're perfect for taking out that little pesky squirrel, rat, or mouse without the big old giant loud bang. A little bit more messy than the traps, but yeah. But like I said, you have to be there to do it, unlike the traps where, yeah, they can sit and wait. But when you imply both, your odds go way up. All right, guys, the time's about ready. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. And looks like Cliff is about ready to put something into the chat here.
No, just something for Bill.
For Bill, okay. Those juicy hot dogs.
That's essentially what it is. It's a freaking, it's a green juicy hot dog especially for the chickens. Shh.
Yeah, like I said, the last one I got rid of, they didn't want it.
If you got bearded lizards, they'll eat them.
Mm-hmm. I got them here too. Little green ones with the dewlap.
No, I'm talking like actual bearded dragons.
Oh yeah. No, I leave the lizards here alone because they eat the insects.
No, I'm not saying dispatch the lizards. I'm saying feed the hornworms to the lizards.
Yeah.
Really? So Bill's chickens won't even touch the hornworms.
No, they wouldn't touch mine. So, okay, and with that, it is now 10 o'clock, everybody. Now we get to say our goodbyes for the week, and we will be heading over to Cliff's channel for Saturday.
Yes.
At approximately 7:30 p.m. Central Time. 6:30 Mountain. Alrighty, and let's see. And we're still waiting for Bill to start doing his lives. Once he gets a camera. So tell Sharon, you need a camera. Okay, anything else before we get out there and say slap a rat to everybody? Be safe out there. And we will catch everybody on the next episode.
Take care, folks.
Alrighty. Woo!
Woo!
Now we got our 30 minutes. Let me go get a cup of coffee real quick. Where's she at?
Sharon heard you on the needs a new camera, but you got the